No Man's Sky Expedition 17 Titan is out, and I was able to complete it in 3 hours, and the rewards for this expedition are quite nice. There's the new living ship, the Wraith, the new multi-tool, the Pillar of Titan, of course the new Survivor's Cape, a new starship customization, the Titan Stripes. And as usual, I'm going to start at the Chaos so I can get all the extra rewards carried over to my main save. But before starting the expedition, it's advised to go to as many pirate stations as you can. So once you've loaded into your save, go to your teleporter and go to the pirate stations. They're indicated with a little skull. Then go to the contraband agent and pick up as many suspicious packets, arms and trade. Then head back to the teleporter and go to another pirate space station and repeat that process as much as you can. Before starting the expedition, make sure you've got your ship and your multi-tool selected, so those are the ones that will be copied over. Interact with the Chaos, select your equipment and start the expedition, and then copy over the stuff that you want to take with you. As usual, I don't actually use most of the stuff that I take with me. It's just mostly nanites so I don't get lumbered with a horrible ship to fly around, but taking a little bit of lubricant as well might be useful. But here's everything that I put in my Chaos Kit double speed, if you want to copy what I brought with me. Okay, let's start the expedition. The first thing you want to do is scan and shoot these big crystals, as you'll need the salt for a lot later on. You're going to spend a lot of time looking for tiny little rocks to shoot to get the fire dust, and hopefully like me you're going to get caught up in a tornado, as that will give you the Winds of Change Milestone. And like me, when you get caught up in it, there's a very high chance that you're going to die. Collect those little yellow flowers for the sodium. Shoot the blue crystals to get the dihydrogen. And spend a little time looking for storm crystals. And that includes looking in caves, and get some cobalt while you're in a cave. Like I said earlier, look for little stones to mine to get ferret dust. And that's my last storm crystal, so I can get the bolted lightning milestone. And also scan around looking for activated quartz deposits, and mine that because that's what you're going to convert into chromatic metal. So depending on how you're going to play the game, I'd mine quite a lot of it, so you can make lots of warp drives. Use your scanner so you can find where your ship is and keep heading there. Pick up some oxygen plants. And when you get to your ship, search the boxes. Especially the green ones, because you can get rusted metal from that, which you can convert into ferret dust. Get into your ship so you can safely collect all your rewards from your milestones. Now you can install your personal refiner and start refining the rusted metal into ferret dust. And also for you, it's probably a good time to convert the activated quartz into chromatic metal, even though I do it later. Of course, start making repairs to your ship by making metal plate, hermetic seal. Install your hazmat gauntlets. Convert your ferret dust into pure ferrite. Do the final repairs to your ship and then take off. And of course, head towards the space station. You should have got the ignition milestone, so collect that. and then start shooting at the meteors. You're going to have to shoot about 50 of them, so it's going to take a bit of time. So make sure to select the milestone so you see how many you're shooting at. And you should have the stone and fire milestone done. After that, head to the space station. Head to the right so you can go to the trade terminal and sell what you don't need. And if you wish, buy some stuff like Fathom, but you don't really need to because we're going to head to quite a few moons. And at this point I started converting the activated quartz into magnetized ferrite. I spent a little bit of time here making some warp cells. Now to the Children of the Giants, we're going to have to visit each of the moons. You might not visit them in the same sequence that I do, but we have to do quite a few important things on the Gamma Route one, so make sure you pay attention to what I do on that moon compared to the other ones. So let's head into space and work our way around all the moons. The first one I can see is that Paradise Moon. Let's head there. And on the moons you want to scan as many plants as you possibly can. It's also a good time to up all your materials, especially if you're not using the kiosk. Get as much materials as possible and scan as many animals as you possibly can as well. But as we're going to 5 moons, you only have to scan about 2 or 3 per planet. But on this Paradise Moon, I got the Biosphere milestone for scanning all the plants, which gave us the neutron processor. Then head into space and then try and work your way around the gas giant. The next one up for me is the temperature giant. So as soon as I get out of my ship, I'm going to scan quite a few creatures. And use my scanner to find any wheat. I also picked up impulse beans, but you don't have to. Then we head into space and head to the next moon. And yes, you're going to be pulsing quite a lot to work your way around the gas giant, but using the screen in the centre of your cockpit is probably easier to find the moons, but it's still going to be annoying. But let's head to that Scarlet Moon. Remember to collect as many materials as you can while you're doing this, but your main focus is scanning the creatures. I'm going to refine that rusted metal and then we're going to head back into space. Then we're going to pulse around the gas giant. As usual, it's really difficult. But some of the moons are not going to be in the same level as the rest of them, so remember to look up and down. And that one was too close to the gas giant, so I couldn't get a read on it, but I headed there anyway. There's another Paradise Lushy type planet. Scanned a few more creatures. And got the Divergent Evolution milestone. And then I collected the milestone to get the rewards. Then headed into space and tried to work my way around the gas giant to find the next moon. And I've been to that one, just pushed my camera up, and that's the next one we're going to. When I got closer, yep, it's the right one, it's the frozen moon. I didn't do much here, just got out of my ship, looked around a little bit, then got back into my ship and headed into space looking for the next moon. And for me it was hiding down the bottom, but it could be up the top depending on what angle your ship is. And yes, it's the Gamma one, so when I got out of my ship I got the Children of Giants milestone. And this is the moon that we have to get Gamma weed from. Use your scanner to find some and then start heading in that direction. Shoot a few animals on your way there. Collect as much Gamma root as you can. Make some creature pellets. Use your quick menu to throw some on the floor when you find some creatures. Then hang around and collect as much poop as you can. But because this is the planet that you want to make your lubricant on for much later on. Okay, we're finished in this system. It's time to go into space and make our first jump. And as soon as you get to the new system, you'll get the Never Look Back milestone. Then head to the space station, get out of your ship, get back into your ship, then leave the space station, as that'll lock the space station into your log. Then when you're outside, call in the anomaly. Then I'm going to head to the kiosk. Mostly I'm just going to focus on my nanites. So head to the back of the anomaly, to that little guy there, open up your packages. And of course, then select purchase upgrades, sell upgrades, and then sell it to him. If he doesn't want to buy them, you can always sell them at the space station. And then I'm going to make a copy of my ship and my multi-tool. And that gave me the milestone by Sky and Sea, that's for installing the water jets. You'll get that item later on, or you already got it, just install it into your ship to get it yourself, but I'll remind you when to install that later in the video. Okay, leave the anomaly and let's head to the rendezvous point. When you get to the system, head to the space station, get out your ship, get in your ship, then leave the space station. And head to the rendezvous point planet. While I was here, I scanned those butterflies, and I got the genetic currency milestone. You might get them later on in the game, but to get it, make sure to install the scanner to upgrade modules, one you're about to receive being at this rendezvous point, but you can also find them at the space station. That's rendezvous 1 done. Then remember to take a photograph at each rendezvous point to get the Chronicle milestone, which will give you lots of nanites, quicksilver, and the scanner. Now's a good time to make your neutron processor. So select that milestone and then convert your wheat into flour. Convert the faecium we got earlier into yeast. Then put the flour and yeast together to make the dough. And then convert the dough into bread. And that will give you the field logistics milestone. Collect that reward so you get the neutron ingester. And then of course, install the neutron ingester. And that will give you the metal in a can milestone. At this point, make sure to install the aqua jets. Look for some crystallized sulfide in water. And this is really important, spend a little bit of time getting some phosphite as well, as I didn't, and it would have saved me a lot of time later on. And for the aqua jets, you should have this upgrade at this point. If you don't, you can get it at the back of the anomaly at the ship merchant. Once installed, you can collect the reward by sea and sky, which will give you the Northland platform. And then you can collect all of Phase 1 rewards. Then head into space, go into the galactic map and jump to the next rendezvous point. At this rendezvous there was no space station. Quite surprising really, so head straight to the rendezvous planet. And for me, when I went straight to the rendezvous point and jumped out of my ship, because it was directly above the rendezvous point, I got rendezvous 2. And I was also able to take a photograph at this point as well, to get the Chronicle 2 milestone. And don't forget to collect your rewards, as that will give you the pressure membrane which you'll need to swim around underneath the water. And that's also all of Phase 2 finished. And now it's time to move on to Phase 3. Of course, we have to install the pressure membrane. And hopefully you got plenty of frostbite earlier, because trying to swim down to the bottom without it can be a bit dangerous, but you can get to scan a few creatures. So we'll have to use a Northland platform, but someone's built a base here, so you might have to fly to another part of the planet if you can't see a Northland platform already in place. I'm going to mine the phosphite. And yes, it's safe to leave your Northland for short spells. That's a good time to scan for creatures as well. Now I can craft the hypothermal fuel cells and install the pressure membrane, which will give me the under pressure milestone, which will give me the fishing rig that we'll use later on. The next milestone we're going to do is hazard pay. Remember to get out your ship every so often to check what creatures are around, to scan them. And you're looking for those purpley glowing crystals. And you want to collect 5 of them. That's the 5th one collected and hazard pay done. And when you've collected that milestone, you'll get the dredging laser. Next up is finding all the creatures under the sea. So drive around your Northland, getting out from time to time to see if there's any creatures to scan. And it's hard to tell, but at this step, at some point it's going to be night time, and that's when 2 creatures will appear. And eventually you'll get the Teaming with Life milestone. Now you're going to find yourself flying around a lot on this planet looking for different parts of water, because you're going to need to find part of the ocean floor that's about 1,000 U deep. And it's probably going to take a bit of time, and you're going to have to fly around quite a few locations. But eventually you'll find a spot and you can go all the way down to the bottom of the sea, and you'll get the Crushed Stone milestone. Of course, one of the milestones is finding the crashed freighter. You will not find it in this system, so don't waste your time. as this is an empty system, but don't worry, I'll show you where to get it later in the video. Head back into space, go into the galactic map and head to the next rendezvous point, making sure to select the milestone so the indicator knows where to go. As soon as you get into the system, head to the space station, get out of your ship, get into your ship, then leave the space station. And then head to the rendezvous points. And that's you got rendezvous 3, now it's time to take the photograph of rendezvous 3. And don't forget to collect your milestones. Then head to a different part of the gas giant and wander around a bit until you can find some water. When you've found some water, put down a base computer. Construct a Colossus base well. Get inside the Colossus, drive it around a bit to get the wheels of the Titan Milestone. Which will give you the mineral processing rig. Make sure to select No Place Like Home Milestone. And follow the instructions that appear at the bottom right corner. The game will also highlight which parts you have to use. And that's the No Place Like Home milestone done. Now it's time to catch some fish, so select Plasmic Oceans and do some fishing. Remember, you can always return the fish to get nanites. Then select Hazardous Material milestone, look for some crystallized helium and mine it. Now to return to your ship, head into space, go into the galactic map and head to the next rendezvous point. And don't forget to select the milestone. When you get to the system, head to the space station, get out of your ship, get into your ship, then leave the space station so it's logged. Then head to the rendezvous planet. When the rendezvous 4 milestone pops, go into camera mode and take your picture. And don't forget to collect all your milestones. And that's all of phase 4 done. For phase 5 we need to find some ancient bones. So head into space and head towards the moon with ancient bones on it. Of course, if you've got the milestone selected, you can use your sweep scanner to quickly find the ancient bones. And you might be more lucky than me and find all 6 in one location. I had to go to 3 different locations. But once that milestone's done, we can go into space and go into galactic map. Making sure to select the Rendezvous 5 milestone and head into Rendezvous 5. As soon as you get to the system, head to the space station. At this point, it's probably a good idea to sell some of the stuff at the Galactic Trade Terminal. Then you can leave the space station and head to the rendezvous planet. This time it's a portal, so let's head to the rendezvous point. And as soon as that popped, go into your camera mode and take a photograph. Then collect your milestones. And if you haven't got it already, select Survivor of the Wilds and then wander around a bit. In Phase 5 I went to the Gamma Intensive Planet to do the Fathoms below milestone from Phase 3. So as soon as you're on some water, put down the Nautilin platform and then get inside the Nautilin. Use your high powered sonar, then select the crash freighter. And when that's highlighted, just head to the location. Swim down. Interact with Eric Ball. And that's Fathoms below done, and everything in Phase 3 done as well. For the Legacy milestone, this is going to be really difficult for players who come even later on, as because most things are going to be discovered by all the systems round about. So here's a trick, and hopefully this will help. Go into your settings and turn off the internet. So when you go to discoveries, you'll see that you have completely lost all connections to the online discovery service. And then you can go into the galactic map and jump to a random system, and it has to be into a system you haven't been to, so it won't be in your log or in the system cache. Then fly down to any planet. Scan something, and now you should have the ability to rename it. And hopefully that will save you having to fly around to lots of different worlds looking for something that no one's been to before. And after you've renamed it, you'll get the Legacy milestone. Then we can head to the space station. Scrap anything that we don't want. And also sell anything that we don't need. Remember to sell anything for nanites as well, or catch a few more fish and release them for those nanites. Leave the space station and call in the anomaly. Make sure you selected all of your milestones and collected all of your rewards. And then to end the expedition, click on the big huge Titan gold badge. Then you're going to have to spend £1,400 to get the Wraith living ship. Then it's head to the kiosk, transfer all the stuff you want to take back into your main save. Then hit end expedition, so all the rewards get transferred over to your save. And that's it, this expedition is done. I hope you liked the video, and if you did, hit that like and subscribe button, or on the bell thingy. And of course, thank you for watching. See you all later.